Hello Balmy Badger Army, hope you're well guys. Welcome to today's show. If you're new to the show, we're an entertainment channel that does vlogs, videos, streams, movies and shorts and lots of other different things for your delightful pleasure. Today we have been blessed. Kraken Media managed to sort out something really special for us and we got a review copy of a new film called Trypophobic Posession. Yes, if you're squeamish about holes and general gore, this one is not for you. So before we even go into the review, please be well advised that this is quite a controversial film and has a lot of gore in it. So please do not watch even the review if you feel that you're a bit squeamish from things. Now, we start off with a young lady who hears voices in her house. The sun's out, it's all nice and bright. We get the illusion that she's quite a big horror fan from things around the house, like there's things on the calendar that tell you when the first Omen come out and when all these different films come out. There's all different sort of slightly gothic cultural references around the house. So I'm wondering, were they playing with fire? Now, the film obviously doesn't divulge too much into it, but was the obsession with horror films and things like that a bit too much? And then they've gone a step further and started to perhaps, channel these things. That's not mentioned in the film, but, you can take that gradual step in. Now, the film is perhaps one of the goriest films I've ever seen. It took me a lot to muster through and I really enjoyed it, but wow, was it gory. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. The practical effects were fantastic. Now, if you're trypophobic, you would find it very horrible. And there's blood oozing out. There was sort of bits of sinew and gore. There's like almost gelatinous things coming out. As the possession takes hold, the practical effects are fantastic. And I would say along the lines of American Werewolf in Paris, of course, The Evil Dead, and a lot of Italian horror films. If you've seen stuff like Zombie Flesh Eaters, then you'll know the level of practical effects I'm talking about. And of course, the music is slightly inspired by Italian notes as well. And even the voiceovers that come up on the screen, they are very much inspired by Italian works of art. Now, even the writing that comes up, I would say has, what would you call it, sort of inspired by video game culture, things from Resident Evil, like the game over screen where it says you are dead, is very much inspired by the hours later signs that come up and minutes later signs that come up during the film. So there's a lot of horror inspiration there. And you can tell that whoever created this film, Cory, is a fantastic makeup artist as well, where they have definitely developed their idea of body horror and how it connects in with a possession. Now, I think trypophobia is quite a scary thing to sort of like conquer in a film anyway. So once you've done that as a film, and then you add in the possession part, and then you have blood, maggots, worms, ooze and everything, I think it was fantastically well done. The practical effects were so on point and so inspiring and believable as well. The blood was the right tone. It was like, is this real? Like, you had to sort of stop yourself and thinking, is this actually real? Because the effects were so good, you had to be reminded that it was a film, And for me, that's fantastic, but also incredibly gory. But great at the same time. So I would say that the balance of it was really good. And it does actually, as I was saying, it does definitely conquer some really scary themes like body dysmorphia, some, really obscure references there. and obviously it is hard going because eventually the character does try and rid themselves of the possession by any way possible. So, yeah, it's hard going at times, especially near the end of the film where they try and rid themselves of the possession. It gets very brutal. There's some interesting phone calls that happen between exchanges of characters, and it is a brutal, brutal film. And I would say watch it and see what you think yourself. But yeah, it's brutal as anything. Definitely inspired by Evil Dead there. And oh wow. And the camera work was great on point as well. And there wasn't a moment when I thought, oh, it's just practical effects, it doesn't worry me. The practicality of it made it really bad. And you felt for the person on their journey. You felt their pain. Even though there wasn't much in the way of sort of, how can I put it, vocal acting. It was more along the lines of her journey and the other person's journey trying to find out what's going on. But yeah, minimal lines, but when they did have them, they really worked. And there was, of course, the lines and what the lady had to go through, or what the person had to go through, was really extreme. And how they were trying to get help, but couldn't, because the possession had taken hold that much. But yeah, this is a heavy film, inspired by lots of different Italian horrors and American horrors, and of course the makeup was fantastic. I've never seen makeup in a film that good. I cannot tell you. The effects were brilliant and the acting was great, and you really felt for the person. It was like from bang, straight away, whoomp, this is hardcore. So I would definitely say check out Trypophobic Posession if you have a strong stomach for horror, if you love Italian horror and other genres of really quite gory practical effects. I would say that this is a great film to watch if you're a big fan of practical effects and things like that, because for me, I love practical effects and it really blew my mind away at how realistic it looked. So, wow. But once again, trigger warning, if you don't like trypophobia or gore or maggots or crawly things around gelatinous grossness, it's definitely not for you. But if you love all that, definitely check it out. And I would say, if you've got a strong stomach like me, you'll love it. And I would give it a good solid 8 out of 10. It feels like I want to see more. I want to see the bits beforehand. I want to see, how they managed to get the possession. For me, I want to see a prequel of how the possession took hold and what they did to, experience and have that situation. So that's what I'm looking forward to next is, how it all happened. And then, because it feels like we've seen the end of the film, I want to see the start. So that would be my only criticism, is that I want to see what happened before to lead up to what we got. And let me know in the comments if you've seen this film or if there's other films you would like me to review. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Look after yourselves. Keep safe. Keep well. Much love, everyone. And I'll see you in the next vlog, video, stream, movie or short. This was fantastic. And a big shout out to Kraken Media and Cory for allowing me to review the film. Thank you, everyone. Bye.